I'm Erica Zeal, and today I'm going to talk about diastasis recti treatment. So there's a couple things initially that need to be discussed, and that is, number one, do you even have diastasis recti, and are you at least 6 to 10 weeks postpartum? I get a lot of women that reach out to me, and they are only about 2 to 4 weeks postpartum, and they measure for diastasis, or they think they have really severe diastasis. Well, the first thing to understand is, did it get checked correctly? And if you are checking too soon postpartum, you can get a really skewed result of thinking, oh my gosh, I have the worst diastasis ever, I'm never going to be able to heal this, blah, 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 right? Don't go down that track. We're here to talk about what you can do, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat that we have to focus on that mindset of, okay, there is things that you can do, and I'm going to talk about that. This is what I teach, and it's really, really key that we kind of shush out a lot of the really working so hard to just get your body back so soon postpartum, because it takes time to heal your body. And I challenge you to embrace that. And there is another video I've done on how to check for diastasis recti. So I highly recommend that you do go through that and watch that and follow along. And even better, if you have someone else that can watch that with you and check for you. And when you do check for abdominal separation, the diastasis recti, you have to make sure that your core is engaged. Okay, I get a lot of women that reach out to me and they didn't realize that. So I'm like, watch that video, very, very key. And wait until you are at least, please, please, I beg you, wait till you're at least 6 weeks postpartum, preferably more like 10 weeks postpartum, to really get a true test of what kind of diastasis recti you may have. Because if you check too soon, it can seem worse than it is. Okay, so there's no point in checking. Your same core rehab diastasis recti treatment is going to be the same, whether you think about starting it at 2 weeks postpartum, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever, because it takes time for our body to heal, so we have to start wherever we're at. Even if you had a cesarean and you're concerned with, well, what can I do for my core? It's all the same. It's exactly what I teach step by step in my core rehab program. So check out more of that, but let's dive into where you have to first start. And that is not checking too soon, but strengthening your deep core. Really learning about your pelvic floor, about fascia through your body and your abdominal wall and inside your belly, because all of that plays an even more important role in healing diastasis recti versus just thinking about abs. So it starts from really deep inside, okay? Number two is posture. Posture plays a huge, huge role in helping you to heal your diastasis, because of pregnancy, it can cause different postural shifts, and so we need to be aware of those to correct those in time. It takes time. All of this takes time, right? It takes time to heal our body, but in starting today, we can work on improving posture. So pay attention. If you notice yourself pulling in your back a lot, or your booty's really tucked, we need to work on correcting some of those. We're not working on perfection, but it's bringing ourselves out of some of those postures that may be pulling in your low back a lot, and by pulling in your back, it's making it even harder for you to wrap and zip and lengthen and connect into your core. So just bringing awareness to your posture. Set reminders, that can be a huge, huge help. Number three is visualization. Okay, I know, in that postpartum phase, we can get so fixated on, we just want our body back, why this, why that, blah, 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 right? But I want you to focus on what is it that you're working towards. And, if it's, okay, I want to heal my diastasis, I want to be able to feel my pelvic floor connection better, I want my aches and pains to go away, all of that, that's great. And I teach all of that step by step in my core rehab program. It's there for you. But a great first step for you is visualizing what's going on in your body, even if you're not feeling some of those things initially. But you have to start where you're at today. It's great to have that goal that you want to work towards, but I want you to focus on the journey along the way, being kind to your body, visualizing what it is that you're wanting your body to do, even if it's not responding the way you want right away. It is so extremely powerful. Number four is just say no to surgery. Surgery can seem like an easy fix, and yes, in some cases it is warranted and it is needed. But initially, if we don't address the initial things, the other 3 things that I already talked about, with strengthening your deep core, correcting alignment, improving posture, and the visualization, the mindset piece is so huge here. And we just dive in and think surgery is going to fix everything. It doesn't, because nothing will re-strengthen your core like some correct light movement and breath work will. Okay, keep that in mind. And number 5 is mindful movement. So even if you have diastasis, even if you think it's really severe, that's okay. We still need to move. But the biggest thing with movement is that we're aware of how we're moving our body. We're engaged with like, okay, what's my pelvic floor doing? How am I activating my deep core? Oh, am I like really slouching or twisting or something funky like that with my posture? You know, getting out and moving and thinking about moving from our core and lengthening and growing tall and doing some pelvic tilts and a whole slew of other movement that is not too intense for your body, but it's very, very effective. And that's exactly why I break a lot of this down and I teach it, and I give you all sorts of instructions on cueing, and I tie all this together inside my core rehab program. Because if we're just moving, there's a lot of exercises that I teach you in there, but if you just do those movements without the added instructed pieces, they're 2 different movements. So when we really visualize what we need to be feeling and we're listening to all the cues along the way, you're able to connect at such a deeper level with your body. And believe it or not, we can always be working to improve our body awareness, to be improving and creating new neuroplasticity. Basically, that's what we're doing with this mind-body connection. So I teach you all of that step-by-step inside Core Rehab, so check that out. And also we've linked to some other awesome videos below, so check all those out, and I will see you back next time.